Now that intro was hot, but the nation deserves better. Let's go. Good morning, nation. That don't get you fired up, man. You must be wearing blue and gold. Let's go. It's time we get back to our winning ways, and it starts in LA. Shout to everybody, man. Shout to Raider Nation, man. I hope everybody is having a good morning. Whew. Today, man, game day. Ain't nothing like game day. So today we have the Rams, or the Lambs, as we say. 6 p.m. we play the Rams. So like a little bit about them. We played them last year. Heartbreaking game, that did not go the way we wanted it to go. They lost a lot of players over like the off season and everything like that. They lost Ramsey, Allen Robinson. They lost Taylor Rapp, Bobby Wagner. So they are a shell of the team that we played, but we're going to be playing the backups and everything like that. But it's just crazy, how the much difference can happen in less than a year. So the players that we are going to probably see from them today. Here's just a few highlights of kind of who they brought in. Quarterback from Georgia, Stetson Bennett, two-time national champion. We got edge rushers, Byron Young from Tennessee. There was a lot of Byrons and Brian Youngs and stuff like that, but this is the one from Tennessee. And then Nick Hampton from, I want to say, Appalachia, I believe it was. And then DB Trey Tomlinson, Trey Hodges Tomlinson. This is LaDainian Tomlinson's nephew, but he's a corner for them. So these are the guys I think that are going to be highlighted today, and they're going to be, kind of looking at their guys too. There's also a wide receiver, I think it's Pukau. I'm pretty sure we're going to see him out there too. Yeah, last time we played LA, it was, just mistakes, man, turnovers. But for us, it's going to be good to see our guys get out there. So we had the joint practice and everything with them. What we've learned, we're getting, the defense is getting stronger. There was a little mix up between Max and Cam Akers. Cam Akers, just his main focus should just be staying healthy, stay on the field. We are still kind of trying to sort out our defensive tackle room and our DBs for the most part. So it's going to be good to see the players that are kind of on the edge, which we'll talk about right now. Players on the edge who needs to have a good game. So players like Malcolm Kuntz, Amik, Tyler Hall. These are players that I feel are kind of on that outer edge and kind of need to kind of show something. Kuntz, of course, is trying to fight to be that backup for Crosby and Chandler. I'm hoping he could, because the ultimate goal is everybody steps up. That's the ultimate goal is we don't want to have to get rid of people and cut different players. We want, like this regime is doing something that we haven't done in a while, and that's focus on developing the talent we have instead of just, kind of when it's the season grind. Like the Warriors do the same kind of thing. Like there's a regular season team, but then again there's their playoff roster, and not a lot of players crack that playoff roster for the Warriors. So like it's kind of the same thing. Like when you're in win now mode, you're not going to kind of play around with the guys that are still learning and trying to pick up, the offense or defense. You're going to go with the guys that have been there, the veterans, and then that's what since we've been in kind of that mode for the last couple years, and it's just we've kind of we've deferred away from developing, and that's why I like the coaches that they brought in. Um, I think that we are focusing on getting, because we have some gems like Malcolm Kuntz isn't. He's no slouch, man. I like his attitude. I like that he gets after it, and he's got talent. Like, and we need all the rushers we can get, and I feel there's different players like like they're kind of working R. Byron Young in, they're working Tyree Wilson in, and it's like all these different players. And if you look around, our roster is getting really younger. We got our veterans in certain places like the Chandlers and the Epps and stuff like that. But for the most part, I mean, excuse me, the Marcus Peters, but for the most part, our team is getting younger. So it's a good thing financially. It's good because they're on cheap contracts, and I think it's kind of 50-50. It's developing the players we have, but it's also they're looking at it in the long run that we're saving money. And then maybe that's why they're trying to do this so they can free up space to go grab like the Devontaes, the Chandler Jones, like the different free agents like we do. So if we keep stacking up and keep doing what we're doing, I think we'll be okay. But Tyler Hall, like I like what we seen from him, last year. But our DB room has gotten better, so it's a fight. Nothing's really guaranteed. I know they paid him a pretty good. I think he got a 2-year deal if I'm not mistaken, but that means they really seen something in him that they wanted to keep him around. But if he's on the way out, that means that we've built that room enough that we can afford to let him go, which is not a bad thing. Like if we see a Meek or Tyler Hall go, I believe that means that we are secure in our corner room and we have actual, real football players. Like nothing to slight a Meek. I like a Meek. I like his hustle, and if he stays, I'm okay with that because I like his play. I like that he hustles, man, for his size. He has an impact. Um, Let me see. So we got Tyree Wilson. Um, so I'm hoping they're slowly working him back. I don't want to rush it. Let's see who we have like already on the roster that can do some damage and then just work him in slowly because I would rather work him in slowly than to lose him for the season. Where we need him for it's towards the end of the season where we start wearing down, and that's why to have fresh bodies on the field, would definitely be beneficial to us because we got the Chiefs, we focus a lot on the Chiefs and everything like that. And I kind of would downplay the Chargers, but kind of looking at how they're built and stuff like that, they are going to be, a little problem. I don't know how good their defense is going to be, but I know that offense is going to, be a thorn in the side. So, but it's just as long as we do what we're supposed to do, and these young guys are getting what they're, what the coaches are really kind of putting in their head, man, and it's showing up. It showed up in the Niner game. It showed up in the joint practices with the Niners. So we had a complete, we had good practices and we won the game. And if we could do that, we had kind of shaky practice the first joint practice. Then the second one, they say we did a lot better. So we just got to win the game. LA's not a slouch. They always play a good game. They're a good defensive team. But like I said, they've lost a lot. So, excuse me, it's going to be a lot of the younger guys getting in there trying to make the team. So, that's the thing about these games. Like, you can never It's never about a team name, or anything like that, because you got guys fighting for their careers, fighting for their families, fighting for their lives. So, and you can never, you can never measure how much a man cares about his family. So, one of the things. Let me see. Let me see. So, of course, we want to see in this game. We want to see more Aiden, more Tucker. This is a primetime game, so I want to see how they respond in the big games. I mean, it's not a big game, but under the bright lights. I want to see who shines, man. Like Aiden did good last week. If it wasn't for the sack that Heron gave up, he kind of got, I don't know, he got his feet tangled or something like that, but he got beat and gave up that sack. But I like how he avoided that the other sack. And what I liked about it was kind of like a quick reaction, because I think his first, like, was to kind of duck, but then the way or was to, kind of go up, but then the guy, I think the blitzer jumped, and so at the split second, he kind of ducked under it. So that was kind of quick on the fly, and like he threw the ball out of bounds, because you could feel that heat. Like he knew he barely got away from dude right there. So basically, he felt the heat. So he did the smart thing. He got rid of the ball. He didn't hold on to it and stuff like that. So that was good to see. I liked his accuracy. One thing, like, the word that just comes to mind is locked in. Like, it's like he's focused. He knows where he wants to go with the ball. His ball placement was, like, it was very positive. It's something good to see. I know it's still early, but for your first time in the NFL, not bad, kid. It's good to see. Just positive, man. Like, it's funny that he's wearing number 4, and that was the prior QB, but it's like he's making it his own. So I respect that, and that, because that takes guts, man, to take that number, and everything that's happened with that number and stuff like that, and for him to be able to take it and just do him. So shout to him, man, and I wish him well. Um, so we talked about uh, Tucker. So Tucker he had some ups and downs. He had some drops, and he's going to be tested again this game for sure. And I didn't hear how he was doing in practice this week, but I definitely want to see how he responds to last week's games, and see, because he can be dangerous, but I mean, you can't do anything with the ball if you don't catch the ball. So that's I feel he's going to be highly tested today. Hopefully, and that's the thing about last week's game is I'm glad we gave up that touchdown. I'm glad that there was mistakes for us to clean up, because if we had skunked them, it would have been great, but we would have had a cocky attitude, like, with this, with that, and I want us to always feel like we can get better. Like, it's always things like that can humble you, and I just want us to keep getting better, keep grinding, never think that we got it all, because the day you think you know it all is the day you stop learning. So now another one I wanted to talk about was, all right. So is Chase Garbers done in LV? Is Hoyer our best option at third quarterback? So, um, you know, hopefully, so basically, if Aiden continues to do what he's been doing, I believe that he will take this spot. He will take that second spot until until need be. It still could be. See, that's the thing. So basically, why I'm asking this question is because Hoyer is going to be the third quarterback regardless. We know it's going to be Jimmy. We know it's going to be Aiden. So there's pretty much a fight for that third spot. Now, for the long run, for the Raiders, it would be nice if Garbers, I'm not saying if he could be, you know, um, the star or go to, but I mean, I would like for him to at least be better than Hoyer. You know what I mean? I mean, I would love that. I would wish that McDaniels can develop him into at least a sturdy third string so we can let Hoyer go off into the pasture. You know, because it's Hoyer's. I mean, so Chase is younger, so getting him developed would benefit us way more than having Hoyer on the last leg of his career. So I mean, I didn't, I don't know. He had an okay game, but I don't know. He just didn't look. It didn't look sharp. Kind of didn't. Then he had I think it was the third and fourth string line and everything like that. But he looked a lot better last year. So I just want to see how he kind of responds this week. Because I would like, for him to, because he is younger, I would like for us to develop our own guys. So that's why I'm rooting for, Chase to definitely, get it, to learn it. Hoyer, so how I feel about Hoyer, um, and that was so before we see an Aiden kind of play, and we're still kind of watching him and everything like that. I still want to see, how he responds to pressure, how he responds after a turnover. So far so good. He's been sharp, but drop balls, as we can see from last year and stuff like that, can turn to turnovers too. Like he almost had a tip ball that was almost picked off too. But it's like plays like that. So that's why our wide receivers have to help our guys out and catch these balls. Um, but yeah, like Hoyer, I believe if if Jimmy were to go down, say like game one, game two, or something like that, knock on wood and everything like that. But I'm just putting it like that just to kind of paint a picture. I think it would be Hoyer, kind of until Aiden was ready, because we had a lot of talk about putting in Aiden now. So basically, until something happens with Jimmy's foot, contract wise, we're stuck in that, with him in that 20, I think 22 million or 20, whatever it is. And so basically, you know, um, we have to play Jimmy until Jimmy is unplayable. And, that's a good thing. It's a good thing because when Jimmy's healthy, when Jimmy's available, he's a good quarterback. It's just when he's not healthy, so he gives us the best chance to win. Uh, You know, um, Aiden, even though he is growing, he is learning. He hasn't seen. I mean, we have a tough schedule. Like to be honest, like our first 5 games are, no joke. So we don't want to throw him to the wolves. Like, yeah, you want to see what he's made of and everything like that, but we don't want to drown him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want him to understand the offense. We want him to be clear and comfortable because we don't want to send him back there and get him killed. So and we have Jimmy, so we can get the best out of Jimmy. We're super. I mean, well, yeah, we're a Super Bowl team, and I feel like if say Jimmy was to go down, what would be our best option? Um, I feel Hoyer, would just by his experience. I mean, who knows? Hopefully Aiden picks this up, and then we can move him to that second spot. But I think just as experience wise, they would probably go with Hoyer, just because it's always easier to go that way and then give it to the kid, and then ease him in like that. So, but man, so much love to you guys, man. Um, Too bad it's not a morning game or a 1 p.m. game, but I love primetime games. I'm a big fan of nighttime games. I love it because it reminds me of like the college scene too, like like those big. So I'm a Cal fan, so most of our games are at night. So it just reminds me of all those like Cal USC games and Cal Stanford and all those games. So um, always remember, for those that are watching from different teams, just know our team is way better than yours. Let me shout out the chat, man. I know I've been rambling. I'm a little under the weather, guys. Forgive me. Let's see if I sound all crazy. Salute, Tom. How we doing? Good morning. Let's see. Jayhawk Raider. Salute. Tony says this team in my mind is making sound and intelligent. Oh yeah, making sound and intelligent decisions almost everywhere. Yes, and it's been a while. It's been a long time, but it's um, the picks are working out, and it's looking like when they're hitting on half the UDFA's. So that's it makes the cuts really difficult, but it makes for a better team. It's good to see these guys stepping up, like the Adam Plants, like the even a seventh round pick, like Nestes, like hearing that these guys are working out, that they're making some noise in camp, like it's promising because every year every team gets better, and it's hit or miss, and it's all about our losing has been our picks. We've missed out on so many players, and it's like they were there, and it's just like we had the opportunity to pick them and we didn't. So it's good to see this regime stepping up, man, and making good decisions. It's funny, we got our QB in the fourth round. The Winers gave up 3 high draft picks for Trey Lance, who looked like the rookie last week. Yeah, I used to give them a lot of credit, for their for drafting well, because like over like this last say 7 to I guess 10 years, they've drafted a good decent line. They've defensive line, pretty good linebackers, and it's I used to always be like, how come we can't draft like that, but over this last I say 3 years they've been kind of missing. It's funny, like we got Parnham for our so when we got Devontae, we spent our first round pick, our second round pick, and we got Parnham, which is our everyday could be center, could and our guard. They got, I think this draft it was a kicker, you know, and like we know they're not an offensive threat like that. Like they one thing they lacked over the last couple of years was wide receivers. They had injuries to a lot of those wide receivers and stuff like that, and yeah, they could never keep. At one time it was just Ayuk, and I'm like, who's there's no threat, So they've been kind of they've been missing on their drafts too. So um, yeah, they're kind of on the decline in my opinion. That's I feel like we're on the rise and they're on the decline. They had their chance, they blew it, so it's on us. D Menace, salute, brother. Doing. Let me see. Let's see. Tony says Jimmy gonna be all good. Ball coming out early with a solid offensive line. I like so there's a couple things I like. Like Jimmy, I didn't all I knew is that he was the 49ers quarterback. He came from New England, all that kind of stuff. But I didn't really follow him like that. But as he's been here, there's been a couple things that I like about the guy. He's not arrogant. Like he's he's a real pretty much he knows that you got to put the work in. Like it's not it's just because it looks good on paper doesn't mean that's what it is. He understands that you got to work at it. When people ask him about, how are you and Devontae coming along? Most people, oh yeah, man, we're great, man. We're doing it. He's like, it's gonna take some time, and I admire that. Don't BS this, be real about it. And a lot of people respect him for the person he is. So I'm looking forward to see what he does for us in silver and black. I like that he makes decisions quick. And he does get the ball out there. Like, and that's the key. Like I said that I think last week too. Like the key for our offense is getting the ball out. It's not holding it because we have too many weapons. We have too many people that can make things happen. If everyone stays healthy, oh boy, it's gonna be something else. You know, our line is so pretty much like I think right now we already know who our line is gonna be, but it's just getting the depth piece. And I think whoever stays healthy, man, like you have a good chance. Because I mean, Mumford's penciled in as that guy coming up, but he didn't look that good. He looks kind of stiff a little bit, man. Like he looks like he's not the fast. He's a big guy, but he's not the fastest. So we're gonna see how that works. So I know Wagner, McClendon are. I really like like Dalton Wagner. I really like how he. I seen one time he was taking on a double team. Like he got his guy, and then one of the backers tried to come across, and he was able to get both. So I like how he responded. Young cat. Let's see. NorCal salute. Good morning. Yeah, it's gonna be good to see who shakes out. But Parnham got the concussion, so as you know, every time someone goes down, it's someone else's opportunity. So and it's good. Someone else can get those reps too. You know, yeah, it's nothing like live reps. And that's the thing about LA. They're gonna give you some looks. They're gonna play, pretty stout D. They don't have the players they used to, but I want to see how that guy Tomlinson works out. He was on, he was on some of our mock drafts. I'm pretty sure. So, but I definitely there's a couple players. Like it's just basically us staying healthy. Another let me see Chase. Oh yeah, the running back situation. Yeah, we're gonna see. So hopefully Zeus learned from his game. He left a lot out there. I mean, but so far to me he's not built like that. To he's meant to be the battering ram. Like that power back, and we still need that lightning. He's the thunder. We need that lightning. So I think we got Josh coming back. I think if everything works out, he's going to be on his way back. And then we have created a monster. So, because that'll fix that problem, man. Because, I mean, the thing is, what we want to do is we want to wear teams out. We want to have a quick back that could just, like we can have Zeus beating up that line and beating these guys down. And then at the end of games, we can have our closer, Josh, just run away on these guys and just end the game because they're so tired of getting beat down by Zeus. That's I think what the regime plans to do for him. I think that's what their vision was for him. And if we could use Josh and him, if we can get it, because I didn't like Zeus's sweeps. I didn't like just how he hit those holes. He let, Amir Abdullah was way better. He could. I think his vision's a lot better. So Zeus, Zeus to me is the type of guy that's just like they just give him the ball and they're like, just go, just run the ball, run over everybody. Like he's not the quick cut. He's not the change of direction. He's just the one direction. So yeah. So Britton Brown, I would like to see him too. Like he's pretty much the closest thing we have to like a speedy, shifty back. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm not forgetting about anybody, but I definitely want to see who because we need someone to emerge from this our running back room. Britton Brown would be nice to see him come back. Hopefully, I don't know if they're going to hold him out, for the preseason or whatever, but hopefully he comes back so we can see what he's got. We'll see some Sincere McCormick today. We'll see some more Zamir White, of course. We'll see some more Damian Williams. So Damian Williams had a rough game. I don't know. He just didn't look motivated. He didn't look, you know, he missed a couple holes. So I don't know. It was just a rough game for him. But like I said, he just got to the team, so he's still trying to figure things out. Um, but yeah, I want to see. And I need another wide receiver to step up. We need another wide receiver to step up, man. We need. I haven't heard anything about Cam Sims. They got Zuber. I think Zuber got signed. I don't know if you guys remember. He's a wide receiver, but he got a pick in preseason as a safety. It was crazy. But yeah, I want to see another wide receiver kind of take a step forward, because all the weapons we can, put out there. We need. There's the Chargers. They could score 30 a game. There's the Chiefs that could score 30 a game. So we're gonna have to keep up, especially on these division games. And like I said, we take care of business where we need to take business. Like all the teams that, like our first first five games are pretty tough. So we gotta have a 4-1 start. And just one game at a time. One game at a time. 6 p.m. can't come fast enough, man. Appreciate you, D-Menace. Good morning, my brother. Appreciate you guys, man. McCord. Tony says McCormick going at 47. Someone asking, is Tyrone Wheatley getting them TDs? Man, I know. It's that was a long time, man. Tyrone Wheatley. It was a big guy, like Gruden used to love those big backs. Like I remember Zach Crockett was one of my favorites too. The fullback, whenever it was like 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1, give it to Big Croc. Yeah, it too bad Walters, was nicked up or whatever too. I kind of wanted to see him get some play too, but injuries happen. Also, Turner too. They let Turner go, and I think Trey Tucker pretty much swallowed that spot. Renfro. That's why I said I want to see another wide receiver, man, because we know Jacoby, we know Da, Renfro. Carter's going to be cool. Like I seen him, kind of during the preseason of last season, and he kind of popped. Hate that he went to the Chargers, but at least he came back to a respectable team, so it worked out for him. Dorsett. So Dorsett's already had a couple injury things so far at camp, so he might be fragile. So he might end up on the outside. Because like I said, availability is number one. If you can't be on the field, then man, we don't need you. Because that's the reason they got rid of Waller. Oh man, Waller got whacked yesterday too, and he actually got up. He actually kept going. So we'll see how long that lasts. How's everybody feeling? What's our score predictions? I'm thinking like 27. I'm not sure high. I'm always saying high scores, but I'm gonna say 27-13, if that. Yes, sir. Man. Any players you guys want to see? Like, what players are we looking out for? Like, I want to see, I think I really want to see some pressure, man. Like, yes, I want to see some picks too, but I want to see some pressures. I want to see some sacks. I want to see somebody get in there. 21-12. I like that too. Yep, I definitely want to see. Yeah, I want to see. I want to see. I want to see George Charles. He got a pressure. He got a pressure last week too. Um, I want to see some more of that. Nesta got a pressure. I want to see Byron Young. I want to see him kind of get some good work in. But yeah, I want to see somebody get to the quarterback. That's what I'm talking about. Harass these quarterbacks. I want them to know that when you come play us, you're gonna be running for your life. That's the mode. And it's like with I like that our defense. Like some of the ways we got burnt last year. We're on those one-on-one matchups like single. Where we got beat with Baker and someone I want to say Pittsburgh or whatever. But yeah, there was plays where we got because we're building this man strong team where it's like you're playing man D and it's just you know beating winning your matchups and that allows us to rush more. You know what I mean? You got more guys that are allowed to rush. So that's when I want to pressure these quarterbacks like Mahomes. I don't like that he's so comfortable. I don't like that he's so comfortable in the pocket and gets to make all these plays because he has so much time. We want to eliminate that time. And our regime, as you can see from what they're building, they want to hurt this man. You know what I mean? They want to pressure this dude. So let's keep going. Like not just the Maxes and the Chandlers and the Kuntz, you know what I mean? But we need these guys like the Charleses, the Rochelle's, the Adam Plants to emerge, man. Jayhawk says 24-10. Oh, look, that would be great. You know what I mean? It's always so like last week was a heated rivalry because here in the Bay Area, it's always us versus them. Like it's Raiders or it's Niners. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So it's always good to beat them. Yeah, it was preseason. Cool. Win's a win. LA in the Bay, to everybody, to all the Laker fans, Clipper fans, this ain't about you. You know what I mean? Right now. This is not about you guys. I'm a Dub fan for sure. I'm a Warrior fan. But today it's not about that. This is, Bay Area versus LA football. You know what I mean? It's always a battle. It's we rival with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? If it's not the Bay, if it's not the Niners, if it ain't the, Chiefs, the Chargers, Denver, it's LA teams. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, anybody can get it. So, yeah, I keep saying this too, Tony. QB must go down, and he must go down hard. Facts. I swear, like I'm okay with the penalty. I'll just leave it like that. I'm okay with a 15-yard penalty in the very beginning. If whoever his backup is playing, I'm good with that. Sacrifice, but it's the Raider way, man. By any means. We are the underdog. I love it. And it's like, it kind of feels weird when people start backing us up and talking good about us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a good place for us. Like we like when you sleep on us and you think, oh, it's just them sorry Raiders and blah blah blah. But when we come, we bring in that noise. So that's why it's damn right. Raiders versus everybody, referees, everybody. You know. Exactly. Yep. So we got, what I'm saying? It's more of us out there than it is them. So, you know, I think the Chargers and Rams, if they combine their fan bases, it still wouldn't hit like us though. So always a pleasure to, I got friends from out there too, so it's always good to talk smack and, especially when we get that dub. So, and, yeah, the preseason. the wins don't matter, but winning is winning. Winning is a mentality, man. Winning is a culture, So I want us to win, and it's there shouldn't be being okay with the loss. You know what I mean? Like, so we're building towards, and the guys that we're getting are winners. These are guys from good schools that they're used to winning. You know what I mean? They're used to winning championships and just being on good college teams and stuff like that. So they're not used to losing, a lot of games, and bringing in that winning mentality. People that are leaders, people that don't will not just let their team lose. They're going to talk to their people. They're going to pull them to the side. They're going to, because that's a good friend. That's a good teammate. Because it's not the person that lets you just kind of ruin your life and stuff like that. It's always, you think that's the person that's got your back, is the one that lets you destroy yourself. But it's really the one that says, hey, this ain't you, man. You got too much to lose. You know what I mean? Like, that's the real, I had to learn that, as a young person, like, you think that the people that don't tell on you, and the ones that always cover your BS and lie for you and stuff like that are your real friends. But it's the ones that kind of that I've learned later in life that pull you to the side and be like, man, you're better than this. You know what I'm saying? You got potential, you got talent. You're throwing your life away. Don't be like me. You like, don't, what I'm saying? So, like, it's that's the teammates that we're bringing into this team. People that like the Maxes, like the Spillanes. Like, I should be talking more about Spillane too. Spillane, I like his attitude. I like that he's always on the bumper of his teammates. He's never be okay with oh, I did great that rep. No, 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 you missed this and that. It's always stuff you can improve, because you can't be tunnel vision out there. You have to see it all. You have to see the whole field. You know what I mean? And that's right, setting that standard. You know what I mean? Like, and it has to be contagious, and that's why you can see the players that left were, like, kind of, when everyone's trying to go right, they're trying to go left. And it's kind of taking the focus off the team and making it more about them. Um, when people talk about contracts, yeah, I get it. You got to do what's best for you, but help us do what's best for us too. For what's best for the team. Because the same team that took a chance on you, is the same team that you turn your back on. But one thing I want to see, like, that hopefully Spillane can rub off on the linebacking core. We need another guy to emerge out of there too. We definitely need another linebacker presence, just kind of just ready. You know what I mean? Just kind of up and But I believe that we will get some guys from maybe, like, when they make all the cuts and stuff like that. Maybe able to land a pretty good linebacker to add to the core. Yeah, I want to see our safeties too. I want to see, like, I want to see these guys get tested. Like, I want to see who's getting picked on today. I think last week it was 48. I want to say it was that Hearns, Azizi Hearns, or if I'm I might be mistaken though, but yeah, somebody was getting torched out there, number 48. Yeah, so I'm gonna see who they're gonna pick on, and it's like, we have to see this stuff. That's the thing. We have to see these players get exposed, because it's going to show who they are. You're either going to rise to the top, or you're going to fall, or you're going to fizzle out. So I want to see who pops on the field, who's flying around. Like Teamer, a lot of people don't like Teamer. I always seen him flying around. He's always, he's quick on his reactions. Like, I like Teamer a lot more than I like Abrams. You know what I mean? Like, I like his, at least he stays on the field. He's healthy. And, you always see him on tape. He's flying around. So hopefully he can, solidify a spot on this, because we want, at the end of the day, we want all our players to improve. You know, we may not like this person or that person or whatever like that, but to make our team better, they must improve. So, you know, no matter who you are, I don't care where you come from. I want you to be the best version of yourself. You know, when you come to the Raiders, I just want the best version of you. Um, 'Cause Raiders versus one thing. Let me see what else do I want to talk about. See, we never have to talk about special teams. We never have to worry about our kicker or our punter. They always draft pro Pro Bowl Hall of Fame kickers and punters, and we have to. So I was talking to someone about like all the wide receivers that we had, like you know, Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, all these people that wanted to come to the Raiders, like Andre Rison, Devontae Adams, all these uh, all these pros, man. Like we've had a nice group. You know, a lot of them didn't work out the way we wanted them to. Like AB, Randy Moss really didn't work out like we wanted it to either. Um, but you know, we had some nice names want to come suit up for us. So if we get back to glory, if we get back to that mode, because you know a lot of people used to do that. They used to come and play for us because they like the colors and stuff like that. Everybody always wants to be a Raider. You know what I mean? Until we start losing, and then all of a sudden they jump ship. But Nate, salute, brother. Yes, sir. Yeah. So, but that's the thing. Like for the last few years, no one's really wanted to come, you know, play for us. Like Jalen Ramsey had the opportunity to come. He chose the Rams. This time, you know, could have came to us this time. He chose the Dolphins. Hopefully, you know, heals quick. But the way that we're going, like the way that our team is, you know, trending, we need Marcus to stay healthy. Definitely, Marcus Peters. Definitely need him to stay healthy because he makes that secondary respectable. Um, People are going to hesitate going to his side because they know that he gambles. And he will go for that ball. So we need that hesitation because that's the thing. If people pick on you, they know that you know this guy gives space. You know, he's not aggressive. You know, he can get you. So it's like they'll get you all day until you fix it, and then they'll hit you over the top once you adjust to that. So it's one of those things that we need him to develop. Jacorian Bennett, keep that dude on your hip. You know what I mean, and just get him ready, get him right. Have a successful season. Hopefully, bring in another DB, maybe somewhere too, and then just you know, because we can always get better. We can always improve. There's always, you know, like for the spaces of the teamers, the Meeks, the I'm trying to think of someone just you know, Merrick if he doesn't work out. You know, there's always places we can improve because you know, like for Merrick, like if he doesn't improve after this year, he's gonna be on the way out. You know, because we've gave him time. You know, we gave him 1 year for injuries. Last year was supposed to be his kind of figuring it out moment. So the proof is in the pudding this year. So if he can stay healthy and you know, he just has to be more aggressive, man. Like there were so many balls that he could have either batted down, picked off, you know what I mean, or just you know made a big hit or something. You know, it's just like he was there, but just he was a tad late, and it was just like he didn't make a play, and it was just like he was there. He was close enough to make a play. You know, I don't know what it was, but hopefully he fixes it. He's kind of quiet. You know, his personality. He's not too fiery. You know, so I think he's one of Gruden's guys, but he's a little too chill for me. You know, I like those fiery guys because I like those quick responders, like those flashy, like I watched a lot of Palomalo tape, not or sorry Troy Palomalo, excuse me. And just like the one thing about him, I used to always like when I was like younger, I used to always wonder how was this dude always around the ball. You know what I mean? Like him jumping over the goal line, making sacks. Like he was just like all you seen was hair flying across the field. Like you know what I'm saying? Like and it was always good to it was always good to like watch his stuff because that dude was everywhere. And like so we I've always wanted us to get that kind of safety. And that's what I'm hoping Chris Smith can be. Just flying around. He almost got to one of the balls last week. But I want to see somebody breaking up those slants, getting in there, just making those quick plays, man. Like I want us to lock some stuff down, and that's why I wanted us to kind of go either Witherspoon or Gonzalez, and of course, Witherspoon went to Seattle, but Gonzalez was still on the board, and I kind of just wanted us to get, a decent DB, and of course, we went with Tyree Wilson. So, and it's good to see him. Good to see him back. I definitely want to see him. Yes, sir. I definitely want to see him develop. Oh, we could have something special. And yeah, like when you look around at our overall. Oh, sorry about that. Let me backtrack real quick. So Divine Diablo, I kind of want to see him a little today too, if that's possible. I don't know if he's gonna play or whatever, but I kind of want to see where he's at too because he's coming off injury too. I definitely, would like to see if he is our guy. If he's, I know I think bulked up a little bit too. He's gained some muscle, so I just want to see how it reverts to the field because linebacker is gonna be, you know, critical if we can stay healthy. God, man, hope everybody's doing okay today, man. Those Saturday games. Can't wait. It's be good. Tony says, "Think we have many starters play tonight?" I feel like I don't know. I want to see a drive from Jimmy. I want to see the rest of the half from Aiden. I would actually like to see really, man, because by Devontae playing this last practice, he might, maybe make a catch and then get out of there. But of course, I would like to just see, us come down the field. It's always good to see us come down the field, drive, score. You know, and it's we have the offense that should be able to do that. So chemistry, like I know last year we didn't start Carr in the preseason. He played no preseason at all, and I think, I was thinking that was the Patriot or the excuse me the Patriot way, but the Josh McDaniels kind of way to do it. You know what I mean? But I feel that was just to protect him from that contract, just in case he got hurt, because then they couldn't have, got him out like they did. And so I think that was last year's deal. This deal, they're working. I think they're kind of downplaying how ready Jimmy is. I think Jimmy is ready. I think Jimmy is good, and I think they're just kind of downplaying it just to take, just kind of putting the wool over everybody's eyes. You know what I mean? And we're just going to kind of take the league by storm. But that's just my personal view. And it's like right now they're getting that chemistry. You haven't really heard any negative stuff coming out of camp. Ever since it started. Everyone's vibing, everyone's gelling. In the game last year, you can kind of tell the trend of who they're trying to test. Because, like I said, they communicate with each other. Like, these coaches talk to each other because they're trying to figure out who their players are too. So the best way for you to learn is have another defense or offense to test your guys. So they're going to talk. And they're going to say, hey, this is our guy. We want to see how he is against press, or see how this guy is against bull rush, or just there's certain things that they want to see. So they'll collab because the scores doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. But the coaches are developing and finding these stud players. So as they figure out who these players are, they'll use each other's teams to kind of help out. So I just want to see how our DBs, because that's the thing, our DBs are going to be tested. That's what I want to see the most. Our DBs are going to be tested. Um, you're going to have KC running crazy. You're going to have LAC, so it's you got to keep up. So I want to see how these DBs do. Are they getting beat? Are they holding their own? Can we get some picks? Let's keep this pick trend coming. Get these pressures. So they got Stetson Bennett. He looked okay. A little hit or miss. Nothing flashy. Nothing too. He can move around. So that's the one thing we're going to get a test of. Mobile QB. He's not Mike Vick or nothing like that, but he's going to be able to move around and kind of extend some plays a little bit, which we need to see. They got Stafford. Stafford will probably play a drive or whatever too, and Stafford's a slinger, so that's going to be a good test for our guys too, and he likes a lot of those quick hits too, so our DBs really should be aggressive with him, and just take that opportunity to take some the other way, but just trusting themselves, trusting what they see, because Stafford's not a mobile quarterback whatsoever. So he's not going to be, getting too crazy with it. He's going to want to get the ball out of his hand. They are, their wide receiver core is kind of depleted. Like I said, they got the guy Pacquiao, but there's, I can't think of any of their wide receivers now. I know they lost Allen Robinson and a couple other cats, but we're gonna see some backups, but I just want to see, like I said, how our guys respond. Are we the bullies? Are we getting pushed around? I want us playing bully ball, and just to see our DTs get that pressure. I want us to get the pressures, and this is we have one more game after this one, the Cowboys. So let's get this going. Guys, I don't want to keep you guys hostage for the rest of the morning. I appreciate everybody for pulling up too, man. Let me see. I'm trying to think. So running back, we're probably gonna see. So I don't know. Like I really want to see more of the running backs because I just I think we've seen enough from Zeus to figure out who Zeus is. I want to see these other guys. Let's give Sincere. Let's run Sincere. Let's get Britton Brown. I think they already kind of know who they're going with, and so it's probably going to be Amir, Zamir, Josh, Bolden probably. We'll see how that goes, but I'm okay with that. I'm good with that group. Because Sincere will probably go probably practice squad or something like that. I'm hoping Britton Brown steps up. I'm hoping he can, whatever his injury was, it wasn't like lower body or something like that. Hopefully he can bounce back. But yeah, I definitely want to see these running backs. We're probably going to get a lot of running. I definitely want to see Aiden Chase. We need you to step up, man. We need you to kick Hoyer to the curb if you can. But like I said, it doesn't matter, man. Whoever is the best player at that position, it's going to come to the cream always rises. So I appreciate everybody, man, for coming through. I'm going to get on out of here. Appreciate you guys coming by, man. Let's get this win. And Raider Nation for life.